Okay, I have a hypothesis. A hypothetical thesis. I would think that's what that would be short for, but I'm not sure. Um, and that is that the game was written in this fashion. Whoops. We start with one author. The translator's like having a thing in the reason why Instinct by Ringo Shina is in the translator is that was in my clipboard because I was trying to look up an English translation of the lyrics for that. I was like, and then I found them. Was like, oh well, typical Japanese stuff, I guess. Anyway, where is I going? Oh yeah, uh, that the game was written in this way, where the story of the three childhood friends, Tomoya, Ayaka, and Yue, was written first by the author who was responsible for writing that. And then, once that story was written, and it was relatively self-contained, then somebody else was tasked, okay, shoehorn in Shion's story into this. Add extra choices. And potentially extra scenes that could happen if you made those choices that would overwrite other scenes that might be UA scenes. And write a route for Shion that can incorporate all of the characters that have already been in the story so far. Like it maybe has UA in it, or, you know, you're obviously going to have to mention getting over Ayaka's death, and it's going to have Tomoya in it because he's the main character. Then, author number 3 comes along, and now you need to take whatever work that author number 1 and 2 did, and write a route for Kaoru. That is just kind of adding on to these previous 2 routes that were written. Right? Figuring out a way to finagle that in and root it into the story. And then comes along author number 4. And they have to write in this new character named Minamo. Right? And then author number 5 comes in and has to write in a new character named Koyomi, somehow not interfering and messing up the other things too much. Right? And if it was written like that in stages, which seems like a very poor way to write it, but if it was written that way, then it makes sense why, then you would think, okay, then in the UA's route, her golden ending route, perhaps you would not see mention of any of these other 4 characters because their stuff just hasn't been written yet. And their personalities have not been given by their respective authors, although there might be some like outlined by the director of what sort of they were supposed to be. And then, although these authors can come in and kind of insert things into conversations with UA earlier in the game, trying to make their stuff work. So to some degree, maybe UA might mention Shion at some point, which she does. And then the person who's writing Shion's story, that person doesn't have these 3 characters. So Shion's story only mentions UA as the only other girl it mentions. Then you have Kaoru's story. And Kaoru's story has Shion as a character integrated into it. That's why you have scenes with Shion in Kaoru's story and Kaoru's ending. Because she's already been written. But Minamo and Koyomi have not. And so the thing is where you like could theoretically have to deny going and studying math with Kaoru if you've made agreement with Koyomi to help her out with her math her accounting she has to do. That was written in by Koyomi's author, and that was not actually written in by Kaoru's author. And that's why you don't have any scenes with Minamo or Koyomi that are necessary in Kaoru's route, nor do you have to actually meet these 2 characters. It's not necessary, and it doesn't part of what was written for Kaoru. And then Minamo, you might have some mention of these characters. Although it seems like Minamo's writer integrates only UA into the story of Minamo. It doesn't really mess with these guys. so much, but we'll have to, if I go hard on Minamo, I'll see. And then Koyomi, well, he had to just kind of work, whoever wrote Koyomi stuff had to kind of work with whatever he had or she had. And I don't know how that's exactly going to fit. I feel like it's something like that, right? And it might make it so that as you go to these kind of higher level characters like Minamo or Koyomi, you might have to start worrying about scenes with these characters as you try to pursue them, and things could get complicated. Whereas like Yue and Shion are the easiest, perhaps. But I don't know. I'll see. So let's finish whatever I was doing here. It seems like I was sucked into the Yue route. I was probably heading for a bad ending, if I were to take a guess. Some sort of bad ending way of finishing Yue's route. There's no way to save it, because there's no choices in Yue's route after you get differentiated into it. It's just how well you did on the choices leading into the route, it appears. Determines what you get at the very end. Now, if you get to the very end and you hit a bad ending, it's not necessarily a waste of time, because you still get a lot of text that's already been read, and you could use the skip feature when you go back at it again to try to get the good ending. So we're going to pursue it to the end and see what happens. I don't believe that. I forget what he doesn't believe. It's been a week since I played this. I couldn't believe it. Oh, we're talking about Yue calling Ayaka to the other side of the road. But what if it is the truth? Then it still doesn't make it Yue's fault. It's like all Ayaka's fault. She crossed the road. I mean, she's the one who jaywalked, and the car that ran into her could have been at fault to some degree, depending on if that person had the reaction time. If that's the case, then Yue's been mocking me for a long time. Really, Tomoya? Really? Man, I hate this dialogue, this internal monologue. Oh, deceiving me this whole time. Well, I mean, she withholded back information. But I don't know how. I think he's like feeling more like she didn't tell me every little truth, and more of like she's been like somehow, I don't know. It's like more dramatic than it's supposed to be. I don't know how the words to describe this emotional nonsense. Why wouldn't you tell me sooner? Well, yeah, that's a straightforward thing. No. Is it kanji for that? What the hell am I thinking? That's bullshit, obviously. Well, what's bullshit? Your thoughts and actions? Or that Yue called Ayaka to the other side of the road? Why would she tell you that if it was indeed bullshit? That's absolutely impossible. This video is going to get shadow banned in the YouTube algorithm for that. An infinite number of questions welled up. Acknowledging, affirming, denying, affirming, denying. I kept circling around in the darkness, looking for an exit. It's like an onomatopoeia, right? It's like, gua, 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 in the darkness. It's like two gua guas. Exemplifying the circling. Like, what's example? Emphasizing it, whatever. Exemplifying it. There's no exit anymore. Will I ever be able to choose from the depths of this deep darkness? If possible, I'd like to go back to those days. The three of us were in an orange bathtub. I wanted to go back to those days. Well, we did take a bath together, according to earlier parts of this, where, Tomoya was like, no, I'm a dude, right? You know, I was a dude. It went back to the time when I was soaking in the orange bathtub with 3 people. Okay. It's been a week since then. Okay, we're going to the next day. There's a noise that seemed to melt into my body. And a very temporary one at that. The sound of water splashing against the ground spreads out without pause. The cityscape in the distance looked hazy and white with smoke. The dark, gloomy sky made it difficult to tell day from night. Rain. Let's keep going. It is raining outside. This is very Ernest Hemingway adjacent, and I don't really like that because I'm not really a big fan of Ernest Hemingway. I don't do anything, just stare vaguely at the rain beating against the window. Apparently, class had ended at some point. Naturally, there was no one around. The whole classroom was filled with a heavy, stagnant atmosphere that made me feel foolish. Oh, but I did it wrong. Okay. Backlog. I cut off some characters in the OCR capture. The whole classroom was filled with a stagnant, village-like atmosphere that made it hard to breathe. Okay. I don't know if village-like is correct. Gloomy atmosphere. I guess gloomy, according to the offline translator, is village-like. Villages are gloomy, apparently. The surface of the neatly arranged desks was moist with dew. You mean like condensation? Now then, time to go home. I wonder what this is leading into. Muttering to myself, I quickly stood up. And just an unfamiliar shadow crossed the corner of my vision. Unfamiliar. Not familiar, unfamiliar. Right? UA seat. It was a sober desk, like an empty shell that had lost its master. Okay, but what's the shadow? She had found a single faintly white shining piece of paper. Oh, I had found a single faintly white shining piece of paper in that desk. A scrap of paper. I don't know how that would be a shadow, but okay. No, that's not it. It's the photograph. It was clear from its illustrious surface that it wasn't a mistake. You mean a scrap? Could it be Arewa? Which is that, I guess. Moskashite Arewa. Feeling a bottomless sense of unease, I slowly walked toward UA's seat, as if guided by something. Crouching down, I gathered my gaze at the height of the desk and peered inside. So basically, like, look, you crouch down to look into the desk. Shining. This is like in the United States in elementary school. You have desks like this, and it's not good. It's kind of weird. It ends up being all messy, and then my teacher gets mad at me for it being messy. But it doesn't matter because I'm in elementary school. Why do you care? But in the United States, you don't have stuff like this where it's like a cubby underneath the desk in high school. Because, well, you have different students in the classroom at different times. A desk cannot be any specific person's desk. Now, I've heard that in Japan, it's more like the teacher goes from class to class and the students sit in the same desk the whole day. So maybe it would work in high school in Japan. Not sure. Yeah. In Americans, we thought it more important that each teacher gets their own classroom. And in the Japanese, each student gets their own classroom. And it's kind of odd, though, because, like, you know, I'm used to the high school teacher being able to decorate their classroom in their own unique way with their own posters and stuff, having to do with what they teach. So if they couldn't do that and each classroom were just kind of plain, that would be kind of a problem. Well, unless, I guess you just don't care about that. I gulp involuntarily. It was placed quietly in Yue's desk with the front facing down, so you have to turn it over. Even now, I can clearly remember the luster of the photograph. Let me try Google Translate. I can clearly remember the bright, lustrous shine of that light. Okay, so yeah, clearly didn't get most Miss OCR, just that the offline translator is way off track there. I didn't dodge, which is a misread. So he didn't do something. But the first kanji is, that's a eye in a gate, right? That's a look. And then the other thing is movement. So some sort of movement of looking. That's definitely the one from back then. It was... Okay, the first kanji got messed up. Should I try to salvage it? Maybe. I'll mess with it. I'll diddle with it. Ever 17 Xbox Remake style. Okay. No, that made it worse. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. We'll try the backlog. After school that day. In the sun-drenched space of the west. I don't think it's supposed to be west, but whatever. Yue not smile, the smile is false. Hang her head and crying quietly. In a space bathed in the setting sun, Yue looked down as she had been left all alone and just cried quietly to herself. The reasons for those tears must have been hidden in this photo. An unforgettable past, a fragment of the peaceful scenery of the past is probably in here. Rain noise again. Come on. OCR that. I feel lukewarm sweat in my tightly clenched hand. I stare at the white face for a while, which would be the backside of the photo. Should I really be watching this or looking at this? Both of those things would be perfectly fine translations out of context, right? There's context where you would translate that in English as should I be watching this, but in that context, it should I be looking at this. But the murmured heart inside me soon dispelled that confusion. I reached into the desk and pulled out the picture. I guess you could say maybe the disquieted heart. Take a deep breath, I slowly turned it over. Well, it's going to be the picture from the opening. Yes, it will. This... Well, it's got a bunch of white streaks on it. That's kind of annoying. I'll do a little isolation here. There's just a pure picture in the video. Okay. This is what that means. At that moment, a tight pain ran through me. Well, he's wearing like short shorts as a boy. That's interesting. That's very 70s. I have the same picture. Oh, I also have that picture. Not only was it not worth seeing, it was a single card carved deep into the core of my memory. An unforgettable past. Fragments of a once peaceful scenery. There was more meaning behind it than that. Or there was no more meaning, one or the other. That rainy afternoon when I lost Ayaka. Oh, there is more meaning, okay. Ever since then, I've been unable to hear, see, or say anything. Wait, really? You've been doing a lot of that throughout the course of this game. From that moment on, I couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything, couldn't speak anything. Came here for a while then. My empty heart was crushed to a pulp, and I hoped that everything in the world would disappear. For several months, my soul had been drained, and I was lying in the corner of the room like a doll. I didn't remember much about that time. But at the end of those vague memories, I could vaguely see a girl with sad, muffled eyes. Into that vague memory, the image of a girl with sad, clouded eyes appeared vaguely. UA. I vaguely knew that UA had been coming here every day for several months. Coming to his house every day for several months. According to what I had heard from Dad later, UA was talking to me nonstop, day after day, from morning to night. Unfortunately, I can't remember what UA-san said back then. You got that depression-induced memory loss, which is a thing. It's real. Although it's probably exaggerated for this fiction. It's played up, but it's real to some extent. Maybe not to this extent. I didn't even know when she'd come and when she left. The only thing I remembered was the color of UA's lamenting eyes, warm with sadness. Eventually the day will come when everything is back to normal. It was also the day that I, who had kept my heart firmly shut, decided to look at the outside world again. That day, Yue appeared in front of me, sitting on the bed as calmly as ever. So this is a new background, I guess, not a new CG. Hey, Tomo-chan.
ゆえはね、本当言うと、こうしてともちゃんと一緒にいる時でも、ずっとあやちゃんのことを考えてるの。
What about you? What about Yue? To be honest, even when I'm with Tomo-chan all at once, I'm thinking about you all the time. About Aya-chan. I think you've been thinking about Aya-chan all the time, okay? So it's you, even when I'm here with Tomo-chan, I'm always thinking about Aya-chan, okay? So she's saying that.
あやちゃんと過ごした頃の思い出が次から次へと蘇ってきて、どうしても消すことができないんだよ。
Memories of a time I spent with Aya-chan come flooding back one after another, and I can't erase them.
あやちゃんとともちゃんの間に挟まれて、3人でぴったりとくっつきながら暗い夜道を帰ったこととか。
like how the three of us got stuck between Aya-chan and Tomo-chan and went home at night while clinging to each other. Or
しょっちゅういたずらばっかしてて、だけど最後には必ず見つかっちゃって、一番逃げ足の遅かったゆえはいつでもあやちゃんとともちゃんの背中を追いかけてた。
she was always playing pranks on me, but she always found me in the end. Yue, who was the slowest to run away, was always chasing after Aya-chan and Tomo-chan's backs.
ゆえの中には今でもあやちゃんはちゃんといるんだよ。
Aya-chan is still there. Yue no naka ni wa ima demo. So I guess Ayaka-chan wa... I'm gonna put some Google Translate. It seems something to do with like Ayaka's still inside Yue. Even now, Aya-chan is still in Yue's heart. Yeah, okay.
ゆえはいつまでもあやちゃんと一緒にいるんだもん。
That might have been an interpolation for phrasing. It might just be Aya-chan is still inside Yue. And of course, there's no mention of hearts or something. Maybe perhaps I'll always be with you. Yue will always be with Aya-chan. Or Aya-chan will always be with Yue-chan.
今ともちゃんの中に
Now, Tomo-chan inside of Tomo-chan. Okay. We don't know if it's I. It's just now inside of Tomo-chan. That's all that phrase means.
あやちゃんはいる
Aya-chan. Oh, it's Iru Imas. Imas is to be at a place. It's like to exist, but for a person, right? Aya-chan exists. It felt like she was staring at a shadow stretched out behind me. Even though I created it of my own free will, I didn't know the shape of the shadow at all. The moment I asked that question, I looked up for the first time. Or she asked that question.
ともちゃんも持ってるよね。
You have this too, don't you, Tomo-chan? Okay. And then the photo. It was the photo. The scenery in the midst of innocence, far in the distance, a shining dark blue ocean stretches out. With her back clouded over? What does that even mean? With that as the backdrop, on the left was a girl wearing a bright pink one-piece. On the right was a girl with long hair. In the middle was a boy clutching a mouthbot toy, some sort of toy. In the middle. And a girl sandwich. Which you don't really necessarily want when you're a really young boy. You feel kind of like you're being kind of picked on. 3 young children with the best smiles on their faces, except for Tomo-chan, who doesn't have a smile on his face. Because he's in this girl sandwich. It's running out of it doesn't have enough energy for it. Her smile shone brightly on all the scenery around her, as if transparent laughter was about to overflow at any moment. Well, their smiles, right?
ゆえはね、この写真を見るたびに思い出すんだ。 あの時に言ったあやちゃんの言葉を。
Every time I look at this picture, Yue remembers the phrase, I guess, that Aya-chan said back then. Remember what Aya said to me back then. Okay.
ともちゃんは覚えてる？
Do you value yourself, Tomo-chan?
私とイエちゃんのどっちをお嫁さんにする？そうやってともちゃんに聞いたよね。
Which do you want to marry? I or Yue-chan? That's how she asked Tomo-chan, right?
だけどともちゃん黙りこくったまま答えようとはしなくて。
But Tomo-chan didn't answer and didn't say anything. Tomo-chan just remained silent and didn't answer.
それで帰る間際になってから最後にあやちゃんこう言ったじゃない？
And when we were about to leave, Aya-chan said something in the end, didn't she?
もしもみんな大きくなって離れ離れになっちゃったとしても心の中ではいつでも一緒にいようね。
Even if we all grow up and become separate, let's always be together in our hearts, okay?
3人はいつまでも一緒だよって。
3 people always be together, you know?
ともちゃんの中にあやちゃんはいないの？
Is not Ayaka-chan or Aya-chan inside Tomo-chan?
あやちゃんは消えちゃったの？
Is Aya-chan gone?
ううん絶対に違うよ。
No, absolutely not.
絶対にそんなことないんだもん。
That's definitely not true.
ともちゃんの中でもゆえの中でもあやちゃんはずっと生き続けてるんだよ。
Tomo-chan, Yue-san, and Aka-chan are both still... Tomo-chan, Yue-san, and Aya-chan are both still alive. Yue grabs hold of my heart. But there was a warmth behind her back that gently envelops everything. Or despite its strength, there was a warmth that seemed to gently embrace everything. Okay. Inside of me, Yue-chan wa sto. What's sto? Oh. Yue-chan always is. Okay. It's always dangerous because I could forget to put the translation box back up. Okay, put it back up. The next thing I knew, I was embraced by the warmth of Yue, and just Yue, right? She did the whole Yu Tanaka thing where she smashes his head into her chest. Those are the first tears I'd shed since losing Ayaka. I don't know why I cried. I wasn't happy nor sad. Her heart was calm, like she was floating. My heart was calm, like I was floating on a quiet sea. Yeah, my mind was calm, as if I was floating on a quiet ocean. and yet the tears couldn't be compared. Burying my face in Yue's chest, I kept crying, my voice quiet.
大丈夫
Basically saying, you're okay.
大丈夫だから泣かないで
Because you were okay, you're not... What is he not? Because you are okay, do not cry. Or do cry. A gentle smile of Yue. There's a familiar warmth to it. I guess this is the middle school uniform for Yue, it appears. I want to keep doing that forever. I want to melt into those soft... Okay. Or into that soft chest, right? I want to melt into her soft chest. This is written by Uchikoshi. This scene, probably. That's why it's like that. Yue's heartbeat sounded like a gentle song that would be played forever. Like if I were to make a like a second Uchikoshi bingo card, it would have on it. Actually, I already started making it, but then I stopped midway. It would have chest in the bingo card, which you might go, well, I'm kind of interrupting the mood, right? It's supposed to be this like super, I don't know, something or other emotional mood. I don't really get it. I'm not really into this kind of stuff. You know, oh, it's just Uchikoshi chest stuff. Well, what do you think Uchikoshi was thinking when he was writing this? You give him too much credit. A photo, okay, that's what that means. That's photo, that's shashin or whatever. It wouldn't be an overstatement to say that the photo I'm holding right now saved me from the depths of darkness. But there was one thing about this photo that was different from back then. Dried droplets wrinkled as if it had become soggy. It were the teardrops of Yue. I gently trace it with my fingertip. The pain of Yue's smile seems to seep directly into me. The children inside were smiling as something or other. The children inside asked, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but whatever. The children in the picture were smiling. There is 3 people always together. Question. That was the reason for those tears, I suppose. I don't have a self inside me. That's what Yue thought. Now, Ayaka, not Tomo-chan, right? Don't have Ayaka inside me. It's just you, isn't it? Yeah, it's the wrong... It's questioning whether Ayaka-chan is there. Ayaka is there. I don't get, like, the positive negative of it, though. I expect it to be, like, Aya isn't here, isn't she? But then it's like the translators are saying, yes, she is. She's the only one here. Once again, I trace the dry droplets with my fingertips. A burning mass welled up in my chest and my vision wavered. It's just you, isn't it, Aya-chan? So like it's only you and Tomo-chan? I trudged along with one hand on the wall, baffled and staggering from time to time. Yue's something. Yue's feelings. Okay. I mercilessly trampled on those innocent feelings. Just thinking about my own foolishness makes me want to tear my body to shreds. But I can't run. I'm sure she'll go. What? I think I should go to UA right away. Or UA's side right away. Not ex-boyfriend. I don't know what that has to do with anything. You are UA's ex-boyfriend right now. I know it in my head, but my body refuses to do it. Okay, what's Moshimo? Oh, I see, because of that extra bit. Okay, let's try doing this. If I said the same thing again, if I were to be told the same thing again, it was Yue who called Ayaka-chan, right? Yue who called. If she said that, I'm sure I'll do something about it. If someone told me that, I'm sure I'd feel some kind of mess. There's nothing I can do.
Tomoya, やっぱりまだここにいたのか。
They get the pep talk from the other guide. Tomoya, so you're still here. Shin.
もうとっくに学校出たと思ってあちこち探し回ったよ。
I thought you'd left school a long time ago, so I searched all over the place. What? That's contradictory. I thought you had already left school a long time ago, so I searched everywhere for you. Oh, outside the school, I presume. His neck was tense as always. Okay. Nande areo? Why me?
ああ。まあ、俺もな。この一週間かなり悩んだんだけど。
More rain noise. Yeah, well, I've been worrying about it a lot this past week, too.
やっぱ本当のことを言うべきなんじゃないかって。もう隠し通すのは疲れたし。
Maybe I should tell you the truth after all. I'm tired of hiding it from you. Okay, what's going to be dropped into this? Shin didn't look me in the eye much, as if he felt guilty about something.
それに、友也たちの様子を見てると、いても立ってもいられなくなってな。
Well, are the Japanese one of those cultures that doesn't look people in the eye? It's actually a very fragile thing. It's the sort of thing you're supposed to look people in the eye in the United States, right? But that's kind of awkward, and so because it's kind of awkward, some places they just go, yeah, nah.
友也とゆえちゃん、この一週間全然口聞いてないだろ。多分な、それって俺のせいだと思うんだよ。
Tomoya and Yue, you haven't talked at all the past week, right? Probably. I think that's my fault. Why would you think it would be your fault?
It's
like, what kind of twist is this? Wait, even if you're plotting something like, don't you have a clue what's... You don't have a clue what's going on, do you? Even if they're plotting something like this, you still understand what's going on, do you? Okay, I don't know what he means by plotting, but... Yeah, I mean, the assumption was, I presume that he stopped talking to Yue because he was all upset at her for not telling him that she was the one who called Ayaka to the other side of the road. And for some reason that mattered to him a lot. Shin presumed wouldn't have anything to do with it.
じゃあ、はっきり言うぞ。正直に真実を。
Then I'll tell you the truth. I'll be honest.
実はな、あの手紙出したのは俺だったんだよ。
Actually, that letter, I was the one who sent it. Right, we knew he was trying to do some sort of, like, reverse doing a matchmake thing. He was trying to, like, pull something out of Tomoya, right? We're not surprised by that. Remember that the letter is the note that said, when will the rain stop? A letter, don't tell me it's that letter. Shin gave a small nod with an apologetic expression. Okay, well, that doesn't really make this his fault. So we'll see where he's going with this. Why would you do that? That's not necessarily a very unexpected revelation, though. I was suspicious that would be true.
話さなきゃいけないことがいっぱいあって何から話していいのかわからないけど。
There's so much I have to tell you, I don't know where to start. Info dump time. Shin seemed to be thinking about something as he tapped the wall with his lightly clenched fist.
あの手紙も、それから今までずっとゆえちゃんに気があるような素振りを見せてきたのも、ゆえちゃんをデートに誘って告白したのも。
That letter and the way you've been acting like you've been interested in Yue-chan since then, and the way you asked Yue-chan out on a date and confessed to her.
実はある一つの目的のためにしたことなんだ。
No, it's probably, and the way I have been interested in Yue-chan since then, the way I asked Yue-chan on a date and confessed to her, I was trying to get a rise out of Tomoya so I could make the match happen, right? We always suspected this. Actually, I did it for a certain purpose, yes. This is not unexpected at all. A purpose.
ああ。
Or goal.
智也とゆえちゃんを付き合わせること。それが目的だった。
And my goal was to make Tomoya and Yue together.
智也がゆえちゃんのことを好きだっていうのも、ゆえちゃんが智也のことを好きだっていうのも、俺には分かってたからな。
And he succeeded for a while. But it makes it like, oh, this is so fake, isn't it? I knew that Tomoya loved Yue, and that Yue loved Tomoya.
だけど二人はとある事情に縛られてなかなか前に進むことができないでいる。
Or the two of them were bound by certain circumstances and are unable to move forward.
だから俺はその二人を結びつけてやろうと思った。せめてもの罪滅ぼしに。
That's why I wanted to bring you two together, to atone for my sins, at least. Atoning for your sins?
そう、罪滅ぼし。償いだ。俺は智也に償いをしなければならなかったから。
Yes, atonement. For my sins, because I had to make amends to Tomoya.
関係あったとしたら、そう前に言ったよな。
We're gonna pass the blame for Ayaka's death now to Shin. Well, it won't the OCR this. What if it had something to do with it? Didn't you say that before?
つまりそういうことだったんだ。それは俺にとっても関係のある話だった。
In other words, that's what happened. It had something to do with me too.
俺は昔から智也のことを知っていた。中学の頃からずっとな。
I've known Tomoya for a long time, ever since middle school.
あの雨の日、俺はあそこにいたんだ。
Okay, it starts with that rainy day. I don't know what the rest of it is. On that rainy day, that's the wrong kanji. So something was there. Probably it's I was
あそ
there.
こにいて一部始終を全部見てたんだ。
That isn't an I, but we can see. Well, hopefully, the context will tell us what that was supposed to mean. I was there, watching the whole thing.
だけど中学の頃の俺はあまりに幼くて事故が起きてもどうすることもできなかった。怯えてたんだ。怯えて呆然と立ちすくんでいたんだ。
You were in the car? But when I was in middle school, I was so young that I couldn't do anything. When Sukeko woke up, I was scared. I stood frozen in fear. Middle school, so I couldn't do anything when something bad happened. I was scared. I was so scared I just stood there frozen in place. Because he was going to blame himself for not jumping in and saving her, right? Okay.
周りを見渡してみてもそこには俺しかいなかった。だけど俺は通報することも駆け寄って介抱してやることもできなかった。
I looked around, but I was the only one there. But I couldn't call the police or run over to take care of her.
やがて救急車が来て彼女を連れて行った後も俺はずーっとその場に佇んでいたんだ。
Even after the ambulance arrived and took her away, I just stood there in a daze.
だから
What could you have done? That's why.
だから智也があの豪雨の中を駆けてきて白い傘を抱えて泣き崩れる姿も全部見てたんだよ。
That's why I saw Tomoya run through that torrential downpour and break down crying with the right umbrella in his arms.
偶然高校が一緒になって最初は正直言って驚いたよ。だけどどうしても言えなかった。何もできずに立ち尽くしていたなんて。
I was honestly surprised at first when all the high schools came together by chance, but I just couldn't bring myself to say it. I couldn't do anything. And just stood there. You mean the high schools? I don't know, something about his consciousness being collapsed.
だからせめて何か償いをしたかった。
So I wanted to at least make amends.
今日までずっと俺はそう思い続けてきたんだ。
Something about today. That's what I've been thinking all this time. I was violently shaken. The inside of my head is in uproar, like a giant tornado swirling around. There's a lot of things I had to tell Shin. But before that... Nah, Shin? I wonder if that's true. She nodded with a grim expression. Well then. there was... Is it true that there was nobody but Shin, right?
他には誰も。
Yes, there was nothing else or nobody else. Which means someone called out to her from the other side of the road, and Ayaka didn't... So that means Ayaka wasn't called by someone on the other side of the street, and she didn't rush out, right?
ああ、反対側も何もない。彼女は横断歩道の真ん中をゆっくりと歩いていたんだから。
Yeah, there was nothing on the other side. She was walking slowly through the middle of the crosswalk. So she was not jaywalking. That's interesting. I kicked out the floor with all my might and started running. I couldn't sit still anymore. There's a place I have to go. There was something I need to tell her right away. Yue's story really was a lie. And then here we go. Why did she lie? Yui on purpose. She was trying to make me hate her on purpose. You can't just lie like that. Something about Yui. It's all because of me, Yui. When she said that Yui's feelings could never be measured. And yet I couldn't believe I couldn't bring myself to believe Yui. I cursed my own foolishness. I am the worst man, there's kanji for man, ever. What an ugly, filthy human being. But I have to say it now. I have to tell her the truth. It might not be something I should be allowed to do, but I have to tell Yui how I really feel. With enough force to break it, I put all my strength into the door to that classroom. Dozens of committee members all looked at me at once. Her eyes instantly changed from surprise. Their eyes instantly changed from surprise to shunning. Yeah, surprise to one to disgust. But I didn't even bat an eye at it. I was out of breath as my gaze slid from one corner of the classroom to the other. Yui? Yui? And then one of the other teacher or something says Yui written out in hiragana. A female student answers timidly. Okay. If you're looking for Masaka-san, she is out shopping. Kaimonoshi? Buying something? Okay, chotto shita, and then I lose it because there's a bunch of kanji there. And yes, she wanted to buy some stationery. If it's true, It's already time for her to come back. Hearing that, I ran out of the classroom without saying anything. From time to time, my feet almost caught on the wet floor. Without ever slowing down, I ran down the stairs as if flowing down. Like this extra step because it's Japan when I changed my shoes out. Took off my indoor shoes and ran towards the closed door of the entrance. I wiped the dewy white glass with my sleeve, the sleeve of my uniform, and stared into the distance. The rain is getting even more intense. The heavy sound of it shattering the earth made the core of my body tremble dully. Hurry up and come, Yue. Water drips from the gutter looking like a waterfall. Don't tell me that Yue's going to get hit by a car in this ending. It's going to be very Never 7 reminiscent. The air was cool and damp, but the transport of my stomach was burning hot. Okay, I kind of get what he meant. Obviously, it's not a good translation, but I don't really need a good one right there. As I stare at the clinging rain, I continue to think deeply about Yue. The cat? What? Yue smiled cheerfully as she put the ring on the cat's collar. Okay, she had to have that scene to get here. In Yuyami Park, in front of that merry-go-round, the adorable sight of Yue trying her best to hold back her tears. I reach out to touch it, but there's nothing there. I felt like Yue's existence was getting further and further away from me. I felt like Yue's existence was becoming more and more distant. Yeah, okay. The rain poured down mercilessly. Yue hasn't come yet. Yeah, it's a good time to come back, but... Yeah, here we go. You're gonna think, oh no. Suddenly the words of that female student crossed my mind. Here we go. The thick white mist felt like it might swallow something up at any moment. Felt like something important was disappearing into that fog again. A chill spread through my body like a wave. How are you supposed to buy stationery in this rain, too? A cold sweat ran down my temple. A gushing tide of blood. Blood is gushing. It's the same feeling I had back then. Sodata, that's right. I was waiting like this back then also. I was standing at the entrance, staring at the rain, waiting patiently. Don't tell me. I ran. Paying no heed to my appearance, I just kept running blindly. Drenched, stomping on puddles, I ran madly through the pounding rain. There's something I have to say. There's something I have to say right now. My true feelings. I have to say I love you. Honestly, I've always liked her. The day she took that picture, Ayaka asked, which one would you like to marry? Well, it would have been Ayaka, but I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't answer. Ayaka and Yue were thinking the same thing. That's why I couldn't make a decision. Even when Shin invited Yue, he didn't run to that park just out of a sense of duty or responsibility. I just couldn't forgive Shin's confession. I absolutely didn't want that to happen. Just the thought that Yue would end up with him was painful and heart-rending. For some reason, there was an inhuman puss, irritated that there was nothing I could do about it anymore. Thinking about that, thinking about my Yue disappearing made me feel so sad and anguished, and I felt like I was getting irritated and didn't know what to do. That was the only reason I tried to block that confession. Jealousy. To be honest, it was nothing more than jealousy. 2 weeks. The reason I was trying to protect Yue was because of such a simple motive. Because I love you. I didn't want to make Yue sad because I loved her. Okay, Nano ni, which is, and yet what I did was the complete opposite. I thoroughly, cruelly hurt Yue's heart, somehow. The one toying with her feelings was none other than me.
あやちゃんだけしかいないんだよね。
You're wrong, Yue. Why didn't I say so? Yue is inside of me. Just like Ayaka, Yue is. Forever and ever, the three of us will be together.
あやちゃんの代わりにはなれないもんね。
There's no need to replace her. I mean, it's okay if Yue is just Yue. Yue will be fine the way she is, right? There's no way to... This is the dumbest thing. Duh! Isn't there something about Yue that only comes from Yue? To me, Yue was irreplaceable and precious. But she couldn't make fried chicken sandwiches, though. I took it for granted that she was there, like air. I realized that it was so important that she was there. Right now I found the true value of Yue. Just like I had found the true value hidden in that ring. Yue, who always following behind me, and Ayaka... No matter how scatterbrained and dumbfounded she was, Yue, I guess I surreal smiled shyly as she desperately chased after us. I ran after her desperately with a shy smile on her face. Okay. She always made us laugh, and even though she was extremely scared, she always hid behind us. Okay. And at that time, when I was overcome with despair, she hugged me tightly to her chest and said those words.
大丈夫。大丈夫だから。泣かないで。
That's why I ran. I kept running without even looking at my side. Looking to the left or right, in order to get back what's important to me. In order to hold Yue in my hand, or arms. I kept running as if I was going to break through. But at that time, what happens? A scene suddenly appeared in front of me. As the sight made me doubt my own eyes. On the asphalt, submerged in water like a river. The open white umbrella bounced off the rain and shook. Her breathing and heartbeat. Their breathing and heartbeats were perfectly matched. I guess, talking about like the umbrella. All sensations vanished. I lost my sense of reality. It was like I was wandering around in a hazy dream. I forced my legs, stiff as ice, forward. I walk along, dragging the water clinging to me. That can't be true. I must have avoided it somehow. Before the days of salvation by replication, there were the days of the opposite thing, of just the tragic replication. And it was just as tragic as the original tragedy. I must have avoided it somehow. Or she must have. It's a lie. I don't know what the first part of it, both kanjis got messed up, but I'm sure it's all a lie. Yue. The umbrella gradually approached. The white umbrella that was left all alone in the heavy rain. Mixed in with the thick fog, it looked faint and hazy like a shadow. Skashi? What's skashi? But there was no one in the umbrella. Well, yeah, of course, because it's on the ground. I looked around, but I didn't see anything resembling a person. Didn't they already taken her away? It was definitely Yue's umbrella. But Yue was nowhere to be seen. Where did she go, Yue? I just stood there, unsteady and warm. Wait. Suddenly a certain scene flashed through my mind. The secret clock tournament we had in kindergarten. Hide and seek contest we had in kindergarten. right? If I had to guess where Yue was, whom we hadn't been able to find until the end, it would be she's sleeping. You're acting completely unexpected. By the time I thought that, my right foot had already taken the first big step. Why is he back at the school? I don't get it. Okay, this is very Uchikoshi. Every time I kicked off the floor, the sound of water being trampled crept along the walls of the whole hallway, falling into... what? Basically the water falling off his body, right? Every time I kick the floor, the sound of stepping on water reverberates along the cold hallway walls. I'm sure of it. Well, is he going to go to the infirmary? Is he going to go to the nurse's office? At the time, Yue had been in the Abinure room, which... the nap room. Then this time... I charged straight for my destination. Gah. Looks like my prediction was completely off. There's no sign of anyone here. Only the muffled sound of the rain filled the small space. She wasn't here either. And then... Mwe. Mwah. Don't tell me it's going to be... Mwah. I can definitely hear it. We should have gone with... we should have more Minamo. It's kind of a Minamo dependency. My hypothesis would make that like... If my hypothesis at the beginning of this recording were true, that would be way off... That would be nonsensical. Her faint voice reaches my ears through the gaps in the vast expanse of rain. Meow. Okay, what is... Beto? Bet? Oh, bedo. A bed. The cry was leaking out from between the thin curtains hanging around the bed. I sneak a peek inside through the gap. The thing that was there was the cat. No. Oh, was a pair of 4 kittens. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How could you have... A pair is not 4. A pair is 2. Or 4 kittens jumping and rolling around, playing with each other on spotless white sheets. At first glance, I couldn't tell that they hadn't been born yet. What do you mean? Of course they're born. You can see them. First glance, it was clear that it was only they had just been born. Their faltering, unsteady mannerisms were far too adorable. Neko ka. Neko means cat, not fox. Just then, the curtain fluttered. Wind, huh? I look. But it's not Sune, it's probably the curtain or something. The glass door facing the schoolyard was slightly open. I walk in front of the door and lightly grasp the cool stainless steel knob. Someone must have forgotten to close it. And just as I was about to slowly close the door, I recognize a figure in my field of vision. I strain my eyes and stare at the shadow. In the middle of the vast schoolyard, as if she had forgotten all about the pouring rain, a girl stood quietly, without an umbrella. Yue! Kicking off the door that was about to close, I danced out into the schoolyard at a ferocious pace. Wide open schoolyard was the very picture of the ocean. The image of Yue floating in the middle of a vast ocean looked so small. The spray that hit her body and shattered formed a vivid band of light that covered Yue's entire body. What are you doing here? Nanyate. Runtayo. Kona Tokode. There's a way I read that out loud. It's just say I wanted to say, what are you doing here? In Japanese, I would say something like either Kokode or Koko wa. Nani o suru. But that's not what I see here written out. That confuses me. My voice was drowned out by the sound of rain. What are you doing in a place like this? I repeated myself in a loud voice. Because those girls, Yue was crying. I can't find the tears that fall in the rain, but her trembling lips tell me everything.
あの子たち捨てられちゃってたんだよ。この雨の中、ボロボロの段ボール箱に入れられて置き去りにされてたんだよ。
Those girls were abandoned. They were put in a worn-out cardboard box in the middle of this rain, and they're left with their beaks hanging out. I don't know what beaks means, but okay. Her tightly clenched fist filled with anger. Well, we know it's the old lady's fault. Her bitter expression makes me feel like she's trying to point at me.
だから待ってるの。ここにいればきっと迎えに来てくれるはずだから。
That's why I'm waiting for you. If you stay here, I'm sure you'll come for me. What? That's why I'm waiting. If I'm here, I'm sure they'll come and pick me up. I'm sure she will come to pick them up. The parent cat.
あの子たちは求めてるの。
Those children want it.
あの子たちは待ってるの。
They're waiting for her.
日だまりのようなぬくもりを。
The warmth of a sunny spot. Okay. Interesting. I think it would be like
ま
their
どろみ
mother.
のような安らぎを。
A peaceful sleep.
夢にはわかるんだよ。
Yue can tell.
だって ってゆえも同じだから。あの子たちと同じだから。
Because Yue, them and Yue are the same. They're the same as those girls.
ゆえもあの子たちと同じものを待ち続けてきたんだよ。
Okay, I get the metaphor. Yue's been waiting for the same thing as those girls. I sucked in my debt and searched for the right words. Took in the gratitude and searched for words. I should have said something. You have feelings you have to tell her, don't you? Tell them now. If you don't say it now, you will have to forever hold your peace. Forever, I'll lose everything. Well, I would suggest you should probably explain things. Anyway. Well, the beginning of the, not this recording, but previous recording, I said there was no kissing in this. In which, of course, I was wrong. There was, and there's a scene with Ayaka, right? But it was like kind of first person, so you didn't actually get that, right? But now there is. Something touched, I presume it's lips. Before I could say anything, yeah, let me try to see if I can decode this. Just got the cap locks on. English, lips. Yep, it is lips. Okay. Before I could say anything, the lips touched. I don't know why. I just want to touch him. It feels like chestnuts. I guess that's not quite right. But I don't know. It feels like something. I don't know what contact kanji is supposed to be. Her rain-soaked cheeks are cold. The dripping water melted into my mouth. Keep in mind that this doesn't really work very well. It might seem good in fiction, but in the real world, you don't just spontaneously kiss some girl in this situation. It's way too unpredictable to do that. Wrapped in the palms of my hands, Yue's shoulders are painfully faint. I let go of her lips and gently embrace Yue, as if to envelop her. Yue! My faintly ripe voice was being sucked into her wet hair.
Tomo-chan.
Tomo-chan? With nowhere else to go, Yue seemed to be violently shaken as her arms drifted into empty space. Exactly, that's why you don't do that. I loved you. Words float out naturally. I loved you for a long time. Yue is inside of me. Now, because of something about now demo, and from now on, forever. Yeah, Itsumo is always. I know demo does in this context, but Itsumo demo. Forever and ever. Let us be together. Still frozen in place. Yue didn't budge an inch. Why are your school uniform pants so tight, Tomoya? There were pants that were so tight that they would like ride up my butt like that. My heart beats loudly. Or is that mine? Is that my heart? Or maybe it's Yue's heart. Watch the end of the scene, you just be like, "What are you doing, Tomoya? This is I'm really uncomfortable." There is no longer a boundary between them now that we were soaking wet. Oh, goodness. Okay. For the soaked two of us, there were no longer any boundaries, is what Google Translate says. Basically saying because the clothes were wet, the clothes kind of clung to the skin. Yeah, okay. Tomo-chan. Yue... something, as if whispering. Yue said in a whisper. Tomo-chan possessive. Tomo-chan no possessive, and she says baka, which is like fool. Yui puts her arms around my back and hugs me tightly. Which apparently is a term of endearment sometimes, I guess. She buries her soft cheek in my chest and clings to me tightly. It's a very nostalgic warmth. I wanted to stay like this forever. I wanted to melt into her softly. Okay, another baka. Okay. But I love you. Scent of Yue reached my nose. It's a sweet scent like a spring breeze blowing through a rainy meadow. I get with the smell thing. It's that Japanese visual novel thing I don't get. Kind of creepy. A few days later. Okay, let's do, whoops. That's the CG. There's probably gonna be variations on it, but that's the one I was gonna do the first one. You and I sat side by side on the sofa, staring vacantly at the kittens who were absorbed in sucking their mother's breasts. So they managed to get the whole cat. Mother cat? That's right. In other words, it's Nini Nekopyon. How'd they get a hold of the cat, though? It's not their cat. The inhuman old woman had left her pet kitten in that torrential downpour. So they left the mother cat too. Yue and I infiltrated the woman's mansion in order to get the ninja cat out from from her clutches. Oh, so they stole the cat basically. They did a. Oh, I don't know. Do you remember? Anybody remember Griffin Bing? That's back in elementary school. Back when I was reading Gordon Corman. Wrote popular kind of like 3rd, 4th, 5th grader sort of level fiction. Fortunately, the old woman's current hideout is the Daimonji residence. In short, it was a house we once snuck into to make real carp streamers. So had to re-sneak in. Or was a house you once snuck into to make, to fish or something. As a result, the two of us who already knew the layout of the Uchikoshi region were able to pull off the operation with ease.
Ah! そうだ!
Oh, that's right. Yue suddenly stood up, raising her voice in disbelief. What's wrong? Doshitanda. Without answering your question, Yue rummaged around in her pocket. Or answering my question, Yue rummaged around in her pocket, which apparently she has. For long, she pulled out a small, noble ring. What does that mean?
そう。あの時返してもらったジュエルチョコのおまけ。
She's going to put the ring on Nini Nekopyon's collar, right? That's right, a bonus for the jewel chocolate you gave me back then. Yue indeed smiled as she crouched down next to the ninja cat who was lying there with a calm expression, connected the ring to her collar. A marriage proposal?
うん。この一家の幸福を祈って。
Yeah, pray for the happiness of this family.
もう二度と離れ離れになったりしないようにね。
Make sure we never get separated again. Yue smiled as she said that.
ぷいぷい。ぷいぷい。
Okay. Don't have to re-voice act what's already been voice acted. We started playing that game. Yue laughs, basking in the highest level of pleasure. Her innocent smile softens my heart like it's melting.
ところでともちゃん。
Here's an example of a different variation on the CG. By the way, Tomo-chan.
ご飯とかってちゃんとあげてるよね。
You make sure to give them food and stuff, right? Yes, there's no problem with that. Fortunately, we have a large stock of balloon gum at home. All this stuff.
ともちゃん
Tomo-chan! The voice involved in the sobbing somehow made me feel embarrassed as the back of my neck had been tickled. Basically, the scolding, right? I stood up stretching and opened the lace curtains heartily. Time slowly began to move. An everyday life I've never seen before has been born. Looking up, the high, clear sky was dyed a miraculous ultramarine. We gotta deal with this. Oh no. No, don't do that, don't do that. No. Nope. Crash that. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna do some weird nonsense with the record. Nope. Okay, this is really weird. I do this video to you OBS because you happen to put the text right over the rain. It's already stopped, okay? The game put the text underneath where OBS was putting these junk windows I didn't need. They can't move. Okay, it might be mute. But we... Okay. Let's see what that looks like in the clear list. I don't know why there was like supposed to be credits or something. Music. Whoops. Maybe we're gonna play. Maybe this is maybe the last time we meet or something. We still don't have this new music. Okay. We have a third ending. Okay. Yue, toe, small, yeah, right. Toe, re, indo. Let's see what the... Oh, Yue true end. There's probably, though, another Yue ending, though. Well, that's called the Yue true end. Okay, that's interesting. This is getting thick, okay? So we're still missing seed 17, whatever that is. Probably something to do with Shion, I believe. Missing 23, 26, and 27. Missing 39. Missing 56, 58. And there's some in the midterm kind of before the midterm. They have the midterm days, day 1 and day 2. Then we have some stuff between the midterm and the makeup exams, which we were missing. Then we have all the Kaoru scenes, 77 to 101. Then we have a bunch of other character scenes. And then we have these UA scenes, but there's one missing. And then there's true, and then what do these kanjis mean? These kanji mean? Kanji is plural for kanji, but for some reason I like to say kanjis. That didn't help. Let's try making things thinner in the OCR. Okay, I can't get these kanji. For now, at least. Oh, let's try this. Truth. So it's just basically truth written in English, dash, truth in Japanese, dash. Okay. It's just like clarification for the Japanese reader what truth means. Okay, I'll pause and eat something and come back to this. So, but we're left on clear. Okay. Well, we'll go to album. So the photo. Oh, I should get rid of this. Now we're doing the album. What does it matter? I'll forget to put it back. So let me leave it there. The photo. This. Oops. That is Ayaka CG. That's how it's categorized. Okay. So as far as Ayaka is concerned, we have 3 missing there, which is interesting. And then 1 after that. So there's 4 missing for Ayaka still. Then we have Yue. We have 1 missing, probably from some scene that you do with Yue that I didn't do early in the trunk. And then we have this one, and then this one from the true ending, whatever I did. But then we have a bunch that are missing. Then we have this. Then we have these. But then these we don't have. So it's like an alternative, whole alternative ending you can get for Yue that has 6 more CGs in it. Well, I think I have a guess at what this is. I think it's you have to come back to Yue after you've done all the other characters. I think that's what that is. If I were to guess. That's how I'm going to play it, at least. If not, it's going to be hard to find out. Yeah, I haven't done anything with Shion yet. We did actually end up in this one by accident, but yet to be done everything with Kaoru. Haven't done Minamo's. And have not done Koyomi's. That's what I'm going to try for next. After I'm done eating some dinner here. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, going back into this, I'm suspicious that there's probably some sort of higher Yue route. To make an analogy to Never 7, like a Yue Cure route. Given it wouldn't be called that in this, unless it is, and then that would be like, whoa! That contains the remaining, these 4, 1, 2, 3, or actually 4, 5, 6 CGs. This one here probably isn't on, it might be needed to get into that route, I don't know, but is part of like the trunk, not the route. And it also might actually contain the remaining 4 unknown Ayaka CGs as well. And I don't know if I could theoretically do this UA route now, this higher UA route now, or it's reserved for after you've completed all the other character routes, like it is in the last route is in Never 7 and Never 17. Because that is likely to be the case, in order to not waste too much time, what I'm going to choose to do is try to do all the other characters, as opposed to trying to pursue this other UA route that probably exists. But there probably is one. And that's probably also accounts for the missing scene in the clear list. Now, I went back into this because I forgot to check the miscellaneous section. So miscellaneous, see if there's anything new here. Yes, there is. There's this. Okay. So Yue on the phone holding a kitten. That's new. Yue. Something to do with hearts? I guess. I would have said she's listening to music, but that's not headphones, that's just a necklace. That's it, so you get 2 extra. Which is a little bit imbalanced because unless these are new, which I don't think so. I think you get these from the Ayaka ending. Whereas the Kaoru ending gave you 1, 2, 3, 4 new things. So, anyway. So that's the checking. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to continue. And then we're going to load this save. And then we're going to skip. And then we're going to choose this choice here. So what this may do is it may remove the scene where we wait with Yue for ni nekopyon outside in the schoolyard for 3 hours, which may lock us out of the Yue ending, which may cause something different to happen. Now, the worst case scenario is we get into a bad version of the Minamo ending, and just end up with some Minamo bad ending, which would probably be the Ayaka ending. The best case scenario is this actually pushes us into the Koyomi route, which is what I want to happen. So let's see if I can make that happen. Sorry, I accidentally hit the microphone. Let's get my translation box ready here and test it. Also turn the skip mode off. Come to think of it, I heard Minamo-chan was waiting by her shoe locker. And then we'll choose to go to the shoe locker, go and check it out. Looks like Minamo-chan isn't here yet. Tone. What is that? We'll see if there's a translation for tone. Tap. Just tap. She suddenly slaps me on the shoulder. Well, it's probably a misplaced pronoun. Somebody slaps me on the shoulder. When I turn around, I see.
お待たせしました。メッセージ読んでもらえたんですね。
Sorry to keep you waiting. You read my message, didn't you? It's been a while, hasn't it? Shiburi. Tomoya isn't voice acted, so I don't get to hear "Oh, hisashiburi desu." Oh, I see the buritade. Interesting. Shiburitane. I guess Shiburi is a while.
そうですね。私、すごく退屈で、それで死にそうでした。
So desu ne is it is, isn't it? And watashi is I. Sugoku, I don't know. And then they get lost after that. Deshta, so deshta, was. That's right, I was so bored that I felt like I was going to die. If you're in a hospital, well, it's boring, but then it's also, you're kind of like, I was so bored, I nearly died. It's also like, you feel like the staff just have their way with you. You have no autonomy. You do, but they try to make it feel like you don't. Moino, which is, are you good, right? Or are you ready? Okay.
え、体ですか？全然平気です。
So it's out because of what? And then, what's the second sentence? Oh, my body, I'm completely fine. But then, like, why were you in the hospital, though, then? Okay. Pare. Guess it's to pray. Okiyo. Tabe ra. So, have you eaten? Something about big prayers and have you eaten. Let me see what the translator says. Parfaits are big. Can you eat them? The parfait is good. Big. Can you eat it? Okay, that's what he says. Are you ready for? Minamo-chan smiles and nods. So I have to remember that with all these Minamo scenes are written by a different author, and it's like the tone, everything is, the voices are all completely different. Like, it's very unique.
別腹って言うんですよ。知らないですか？
It's called separation, don't you know? What's separation mean? What's this? It's called Betsukoshi, don't you know? Okay, so you shouldn't really translate it, but what's Betsukoshi? It's also the wrong kanji. Like, it's got the same couple radicals in it, but it's like the one of the radical in the upper right's wrong. So it's not quite right. I didn't expect her to say that, so I burst out laughing. Okay, so whatever I didn't get to read was supposed to be really funny. So let's see here. Oh, okay, it's called a separate stomach, don't you know? Okay. It's the whole, I have a separate stomach for dessert. By the way, I do not have a separate stomach for dessert. Which means oftentimes I don't eat dessert. Actually, almost always I don't eat dessert. I did expect, okay.
ああ、なんで笑うんですか？みんなそうですよ。
Why are you laughing? Everyone's like that. That may be true, but it's strange for Minamo-chan to say it.
そうかな。
You think so? Wait, she's taking this as like, you calling me fat? Which is really like a crazy amount of body dysmorphia because she's the least fat character in the cast. Minamo-chan looks dissatisfied. Oh, come on, let's go. Otherwise it'll get crowded.
はい。
Yes? I forgot where he said we're gonna eat parfaits with her. Maybe it's like a mess up, some sort of mess up in the game logic where it's like a scene we should have gotten that gives us context and we didn't get it, but it still allows us to get this scene. We talked about a lot of things until I went to the cafe in front of the station. Nothing special, like how I was late studying. Or how I was teaching her, which I didn't do in this. Or how smart I was still here, or how cold it was over there. It's like, but we didn't do that in this, like, route, like, this set of choices I got to get to that save file, though. Trivial thing. Oh, it was trivial things, like, you're falling behind in your studies, I'll teach you. You're still smart here, it was cold over there. Okay. So no, it's these kind of conversation topics. Something I'd forget right away, but I couldn't help but tell her. Which, okay, just things I would forget right away, but couldn't help but tell her. Wow, this same cafe. Well, irashaimasu, which is welcome. Minamo-chan's already fidgeting. That parfait no koto daroka. Huh? Is she talking about the parfait? Is this your first time here? Or this is the first time that you came here?
噂には聞いてたんですよ。すごく美味しいって。ともやさんはよく来るの？
Or is this your first coming? I heard from the break that it's really good. I assume it's like the grapevine. Do you come here often, Tomoya-san? Yes, he does with Shin, and then he has to pay for Shin's lunch. Sometimes. I drink coffee a lot. And still sleeps a lot.
私、子供だからコーヒー飲めないんですよ。眠れなくなっちゃうから。
I can't drink coffee because I'm a kid. I can't sleep. Well, you can also drink coffee when you're an adult, and it will make you not be able to sleep as well. Except caffeine doesn't really do that to me. I don't drink caffeine very often, so I don't have a very good handle on what exactly caffeine does to me. But it kind of makes you kind of like warmed up. Given you still kind of feel tired, just tired in a slightly different way. It doesn't hurt my ability to sleep. So, yeah. But then again, I haven't like chugged a rock star or something. I just drank like a bottle of tea. Or actually, there's stuff worse than Bang apparently has more caffeine than Rockstar now, I think. And then Monster came out with something called Rain to compete with Bang. And that has as much caffeine as Bang. I have not drank any of this stuff, I just know about it. Minamo-chan mutters to herself as she looks at the menu. My heart is filled with the special matcha parfait special. My heart is filled with parfait. My heart seems to be filled with the special matcha parfait. Okay. If it's decided, then go ahead.
特製抹茶パフェスペシャルください。
Okay, watch out, parfait special, please. I shouldn't have had to translate that. And then he says, Are kahine, which is really weird to say to the stewardess because it's informal. It's extremely informal. It's just like I coffee, isn't it? I backed up from the mic. Certainly.
ともやさん、せっかくだからともやさんもパフェ食べてくださいよ。
Tomoya-san, since you're here, Tomoya-san, would you eat a parfait as well? Are mo? That's kind of embarrassing.
そんなことないです。私、選んであげますから。
Sonaka tonai desu. What's... Tonai is a nai form of what verb? Toi... I don't remember. That's not true. I will choose for you. Well, translate that. So, menu o miteru, which is like, look at the menu. I don't really know what the first part of the sentence is. She looks at the menu cheerfully. Okay.
マロンパフェがいいですよ。大人の味です、きっと。マロンパフェください。
It's gonna be like a marron parfait. Marron, okay. It tastes like an adult. I'm sure of it. Give me a marron parfait. What is marron? I guess we'll find out. She waved her hand at the counter, which is spelled in katakana, counter. Anyway, I'm glad she looks happy. Oh, I need to expand this. Anyone who looks like they're having fun feels good.
ゆえちゃん、なんか言ってませんでした？
So Yue-chan, which is her friend, too. Nani ka itemasen deshita. Didn't call, or something like that. Did Yue-chan not say anything? Okay. She was the same as always. The first part got cut off, but oh well. I wasn't sure if that was true or not, but what happened this morning was already vague in my head. The reality in front of me made me forget all of that. Minamo-chan is here. Yeah, this writer is like that. It's like...
よかった。やきもち焼かれたかと思っちゃった。
I'm glad. I thought you were jealous. I thought she was jealous. This kind of thing. That's not true.
ゆえちゃんは大事な友達なんだ。
Yue-chan is our precious friend. Saying that, she smiled. Okay, so apparently, omatase shimashita is sorry to keep you waiting. The parfait came. I look naive. I'm not good at this sort of thing, honestly. At what, eating? I mean, these East Asian countries do make eating
こ
like...
れが特製抹茶パフェですね。すごいな。水面の頭ぐらいある。
The East Asians do often make eating something more complicated than it needs to be with all of the chopstick rules. Okay. There's a CG in all of its glory. This is a special matcha parfait. It's amazing. It's got everyone's heads. That does look humongous. It's as big as your head. But it's probably like it's as big as a head. Or as big as my Minamo's head. No, it's Minamo's head, isn't it? Okay, yeah, it's as big as Minamo's head. That's a special one too, Minamo-chan.
スペハルハ。
Talks with her mouth full and says that, whatever that is supposed to be. You're supposed to know enough Japanese to know when you butcher the Japanese what it's supposed to be, which my translators can't do. Supaharuha. Maybe it's supposed to be super. Minamo-chan's mouth is already full of parfait. Now let's have a taste of the so-called marron parfait. I mean, it's marron, right? Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't know why it doubles the O. What's marron? A large European-style chestnut, especially as used in cooking, and often candied or preserved in syrup. Okay, so not bad. Although I'm not really familiar with what matcha is either. You know, like doing Duolingo, right, where it says like, we should buy that matcha donut. It's like, okay. It does have a sour taste. I might be able to eat it all. Or might not. It certainly has a bitter taste. I could probably eat the whole thing. The two of us ate our parfaits in silence for a while. It wasn't that we didn't have a conversation, it's just that they were big. You gotta get all hyped up to get through the lots of ice cream. Minamo-chan's mouth is filled with cream. Maybe she's still just a kid.
あたひのこと子供だと思ってるんでしょう。
This may not be translatable. I don't think it's fair to say it's in moderation. I kinda get it, but it's weird.
だって美味しいんだもん。
Because it's delicious. I have time, so you should eat it slowly. Still, Minamo-chan eats a lot. She's got a rhythm and a musical way of eating. This writer... It's fun to watch. This writer... Love everything about you, especially the way your mouth moves when you eat. Would you like to try mine too?
いいんですか？
Is it good? Or are you sure? It's fine. I think it'll be... Let's see what Google Translate has to say about this. Very experienced for a parfait.
いただきます。
So that's like... Thanks for the food before you eat it? I'll hit the translate button on it. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm home. I should have remembered what that meant. I stuffed my... I stuffed big spoonfuls into my mouth, including chestnuts, of course. Or she did, one or the other. Her face looks like a squirrel's, and she's really cute. I couldn't help but smile, too. Today I'm probably smiling uncomfortably. My smile muscles are burning out. Got lactic acid built up in my face from all this smiling. It shouldn't be that special. If anything, it should be an ordinary day. Even so, I thought this might be happiness. I had enough time to stare at her right now. Try to slowly focus on the present. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm trying to slowly focus on the present.
Shibui. 渋すぎる味ですね。
It's astringent. It tastes so astringent. Okay. Isn't it good?
美味しいです。大人の味です。やっぱり。
It tastes good. It's the taste of an adult, after all. In other words, she's faking it. At my suggestion, Minamo-chan starts eating my Maron parfait in parallel with me. What about her own parfait? Looks like it's true that sweets have separate stomachs.
Ah, 美味しかった。
It was delicious. She probably has visible distinction. She looks like she's happy.
たくさんお話もしようって思ったんですけど、なんか顔が見られただけでそういう気持ちも消えちゃった。だから今日はいい日だったな。
So it's like a lot of stories. I want to talk to you a lot, okay? But just seeing your face makes those feelings disappear. So today was a good day. I really don't know why, but hearing Minamo-chan say that really moved me. It's like I'm instinctively moved. I was happy!
じゃあ智也さん、今日はありがとうございました。また連れてってくださいね。
Well then, Tomoya-san, thank you very much for today. Please take care of me. With you again, or please take care of me again, or whatever. As long as you tell me, it'll be okay. Well then, be careful. After we settled the bill, we wandered around the city for a bit before parting ways. Still, it's hard to believe Minamo-chan was hospitalized until just a little while ago. That's the mystery, isn't it? Now, can I skip this? No. The bell at the end of class. I wondered where this is going to go, and so another day of work came to an end. I quickly finished getting ready to go home and headed out into the hallway. Oh yeah? Let's see if the translator has something for oh yeah. Oh, just oh. What's going to happen now? A large repone approaches from up ahead. It's raw. It's ribbon. Ribbon. Okay, so this is Minamo, right? She's the one with the ribbons.
こんにちは、智也さん。
Good morning, hello, Tomoya-san. Hello, Minamo-chan. Minamo-chan's energetic as ever.
あれ、どうしたんですか、智也さん。
What's wrong, Tomoya-san? Eh?
私の顔になんかついてます？
Is there something on my face? Without realizing it, I was stared blankly at her. No, I'm just glad you're doing well. I mumbled in a low voice. Huh? No, I was just thinking about how bad it really is for you, Minamo-chan.
智也さんたら、智也さんもかっこいいですよ。
Tomoya-san, you're so cool, Tomoya-san. What an open-minded statement. At this rate, it's already a passionate couple's carefree conversation. Carefree? What are you saying? Minamo-chan really is a good girl, but isn't it rude to treat her like a girlfriend? Oh, wait a second. Couple. It's couple. Okay. Not carefree, couple. Besides, I have a UA.
何考えてんですか？
What are you thinking? Oops. About sports. What? No, nothing really. To think that Minamo-chan would become my girlfriend. This author is so different. He just straight up says it. That is so not Tomoya. From written by others. Yeah, it's like the Uchikoshi the Uchikoshi Tomoya starts out as this person who can't shoot straight if it would kill him if he didn't, right? Like, he's always making up stuff to say, right? And he's always, like, rambunctious and getting into trouble. He lies. He, like, can't think of thing to say besides a lie. And he's doing weird schemes and getting himself in trouble. And then somehow, when you get into Yue's route, he turns into generic anime protagonist. And it becomes difficult to describe, right? Then you get into the Kaoru route, which is more serious, kind of brain foggy, maybe a bit introspective, and not a very good student. But isn't quite like a chaotic mess, right? Then we get into like Minamo-chan, and he turns into this smitten. He becomes like super honest and smitten. And in paradise. You're just ridiculously honest. It's like the opposite.
彼女？何？
Huh? Girlfriend? What? Huh? Her? What? Okay, it could be a her. It's nothing, give me a, Yasumi. Just break.
何言ってるんですか？
What are you, saying? No, today's work is over, so I think it's important to, rest.
変な友也さん。
Yeah, that's weird, Tomoya-san. That was weird of Tomoya-san. What the hell am I saying?
あ、そうだ、友也さん。今日はお願いがあってきたんです。
Oh, that's right, Tomoya-san. I came here today to make a request. Please? And... I'll do anything! Say anything! Yeah, yes, it's the same kind of thing, right? Say anything! Do you want another parfait? Geez, you like sweets, Minamo-chan.
もう違います。今日のお願いは
Ah, geez. Today's request is... Today's request? Question mark?
今度の日曜に落ち葉見に行きたいなって思って。
Wait, what's Nichiyobi without the B? Nichioni? What does that mean? It's like Sunday, but it doesn't have, like, as many kanji as I expect there to be in Sunday. Ochibami. What's an ochibami? Ikitainate. Okay, so we're going to go to the Ichibami. I want to go to the Ochiba next Sunday. What is an Ochiba? Fallen leaves. Huh. What's an ochibami, though? I don't know. Maybe it's like a feminism to add a me at the end. Ochibami?
はい、落ち葉み。
Yes, the Ochibami. Eh? Tomoya's
落
just,
ち葉み。
Tomoya is just as confused as I am. Yeah, what is an Ochibami? Ochi... Me in Chiba? Yeah, I guess you're not supposed to understand what that means. Me in Chiba? Huh? What is that?
え、知らないですか？あれですよ。ほら、落ち葉をみんなで見ながらお食事したり歌ったり踊ったり。
You don't know, it's like, eating, singing, dancing, watching the leaves with everyone. Huh. So it's like a Ochiba. It has to do with fallen leaves, but it's like some sort of falling leaves party. Dinner, singing, dancing. This sounds kind of like a wedding, but with the singing, which happens in some weddings, is not typically what Westerners don't really like that.
はい、みんなでどんちゃん騒ぎするあれですよ。
Yeah, something we all give to Don-chan. Don-chan? It's like, what's Don-chan?
知らないんですか？公園とかでするあれですよ。
You don't know, it's something we do in the park. Everyone sings and dances in the park?
お弁当とか持って行ったり。
Like bringing a box lunch or something. Bring a bento or something. Are you talking about the cherry blossom viewing?
お花見？違います。落ち葉見です。
Cherry blossom viewing? No, it's a fallen leaf viewing. Oh, Ochiba mi desu. Great. We'll have to switch to Japanese down here and switch into hiragana. Iya dakara, as I don't want to. I don't like it.
お花見はお花を見ながらだからお花見なんです。だって今は落ち葉がたくさんですからお花見じゃなくて落ち葉見です。
Hanami is about looking at flowers. Yeah, right, it's the flower petals. That's why it's called Hanami. But now that there are so many fallen leaves, it's not Hanami, it's fallen leaf viewing. It's in the fall as opposed to in the spring, right? You're in September or November or whatever. You can't do, I forgot October. You can't, there's no cherry blossoms in the fall. Okay, so save the game. Okay, so then what are these choices here? I want to deny her because I'll play along. Oh no, we got this OBS thing in my way. Can this thing be moved? No, why OBS? Why are you doing that to me? I'm going to choose not to do it. Oh, this is going to be, man, this is going to be all weird and cruel. We're going to see some unique dialogue. Dialogue you don't necessarily see when people let's play this. Not that anybody ever let's plays this. I'm the only person who ever let's play this. I haven't searched it up though. Minamo-chan, may I,
なんです？
well, what is it? Fallen leaf, huh?
ええ。
Eh. There's no such thing as a there's just no such thing. Eh. You can't make it on your own. You can't just make it yourself. There's gotta be a bunch of people. But there's no demonstration or strategizing, got it? Demo mo. Demonstration or strategizing, got it. I guess that's correct.
はい。
Yes. I want to go to the cherry blossom viewing. Let's go in the spring, okay?
でも、
But there's no demonstration or continuation. Got it?
はい。
Yes. Huh? Minamo-chan. I wonder what's wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have pointed it out. She must have been offended somehow. Minamo-chan looks depressed as she walks away. I mean, even if I don't go to the Ochibuki viewing now, if I wait until spring, I can go to the cherry blossom viewing party. Is that not what you meant? So that's not it. My words clearly reject Minamo-chan. Honestly, even if it wasn't, I shouldn't have gone along with Minamo-chan. Then why didn't I try to match it? Because the person playing the game is pulling your strings and is trying to make you not go down Minamo's route. I know that already. No. Ayaka. They're gonna bring Ness into this? It's because I hadn't been able to shake off my memories of Ayaka. What's with this? I'm stuck in Minamo's route now. I thought I'd forgotten those memories. But that was just an assumption. That's right, there's no way I could forget. It's a lie that I can forget. Wait a second, can I skip this? Wow, so that plummets me right into the Ayaka ending if I do that denial. Wow. Wow, I think I'm totally flubbed. I think I have no hope of, at this point, of ever making it into any sort of, like, Koyomi ending. Like, getting sucked into this Minamo ending with no way out. Oh. Well then, because if I'm already getting the Ayaka ending, I'm already stuck in a route, right? I'm going to stop recording here, actually. I'm going to end this recording and try to decide what to do next. Okay, so that's the Ayaka stuff, and these are probably like an after story thing. They're like an orphaned. Okay, so 107. Since I got to 107, that means I'm stuck in Minamo's route. Okay. Huh. No, I've already decided. I'm going to pursue this to the end. I'm going to go to the end with this. Well, let's look at the, I skipped so much. I skipped all the way to the end of her route. I skipped so much of that. Oh my goodness. I'm just too curious. I have to figure out what's going on here. This is so weird. Okay, let's see here. What are we gonna do? Now I think of it. Okay, Google Translate. Look at the fallen leaves. Look at the fallen leaves.
Hi!
Yes! Fallen leaves, so I couldn't think of it. I haven't done that recently.
そうなんですか？実は私そういうのやったことなくって。 一度でいいからやってみたかったんです。
Oh, really? To tell you the truth, I'd never done anything like that. I just wanted to try it at least once. I see.
はい、そうなんです。
Yes, that is right. But going to see the leaves is kind of
え
eh. Should we wait until spring and go see the flowers?
ダメです。それじゃ遅すぎます。
What's dame des? No. That is too late. Eh?
ダメなんです、ダメなんです、ダメなんです。
I can't. Eh?
ダメなんです。今すぐじゃないと。
I can't. I have to do it right now. どうして? Why?
どうしても行きたい行きたい行きたい。
No matter what, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. 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 I get it. I get it. Let's go. Let's go. Ochibami, which for some reason the translator decided to translate honeymoon in this instance. I couldn't help but be overwhelmed by the force of it all.
やったー。連れて行ってくださるんですね。
Yo. You're taking me with you? Of course. Yes. Mochiron.
どこがいいでしょうかね、ともやさん。どこか落ち葉のいっぱい見られるところ知りません？
What do you think would be good, Tomoya? Don't you know where you can see lots of fallen leaves? Yeah, you're right. Then let's go to the seaside park.
はい、やったー。みなも感激です。お弁当持っていきますから。じゃあ今度の日曜日によろしくお願いします。
Yeah, I'm so moved, everyone. I'll take your lunch. So next Sunday, I'll be counting on you. Yay, everyone is so thrilled. I'll bring some lunch boxes. So see you next Sunday. Thank you. Wait, is UA coming? What is this? Nomo-chan runs off energetically. However, I was surprised that it wasn't a flower viewing, but a fallen leaf viewing. Was it too late for spring cherry blossom viewing? No, it's too early. I see. She can't stand waiting for the spring to come. Well, at any rate, it's a date with Minamo-chan alone. Are you sure? Are you sure it's with Minamo-chan alone? It's a boxed lunch. Is it okay for me to be this happy? Okay, October 21st. I hurried to the seaside park, famous for its many ginkgo trees. When I looked at the window of Yue's room, I wondered if I should have invited Yue too. No, that's not it. Minamo-chan invited me. I came stand to Minamo-chan's invitation. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. No, watching the leaves fall, eating lunch, singing, dancing. If I told her later, Yue would probably say something like, "Why didn't you invite me?" and get angry. Drinking like this also takes over the park. What? Despite all this, I decided to go to the park. Looks like Minamo-chan hasn't taken care of her yet. Hasn't seen it yet, or been seen yet, or seen me yet, or something. Is it taking a lot of time to make lunch? Oh no, that reminds you of Ayaka. Well, that's a OCR fail there. What? Something went really wrong. Let's go to the next line.
Tomo-chan!
I don't need to translate that line. Tell me what this is. I could just sit there and watch the withered jag fall as I waited slowly. You mean the fallen leaves? Okay, Tomo-chan. Kind of Minamo-ish, kind of Yue sounding, but it's probably Minamo. And immediately after that, I heard a voice calling out to me. It must be Minamo-chan. I wondered if her breathing is ragged because she came running. You don't have to push yourself so hard. Yeah, I mean, it sounded kind of Yue-ish. I was right, okay. Yue, why are you here? Because Minamo said everyone. You don't remember? That means there's probably more than one person coming.
Huh? 何？どうしてそんなにびっくりしてるの?
Oh, what? Why are you so jumpy? Why are you here?
え? だって、落ち葉見。
Oh, I mean, the Fallen Leaf Festival. Fallen Leaf Viewing. Not whatever she said there. That weird tone of voice. You're a cockroach? Ochibami.
そう、落ち葉見。
So it is, Ochibami. What is the meaning of this?
何よ、ともちゃん。そんな怖い顔して。今日はみなもちゃんと3人で落ち葉見でしょ?
That's with that scary face, Tomo-chan. It's just that the three of us are having a Ochibami together, right? Eh?
そう、早く支度しよう。
Come on, let's get ready. Eh?
はあ、遅くなりました。
Sorry, I'm late. Why is it like flesh colored? That's like startling. That character design is weird. Minamo-chan. It's like she has her, like, weekday ribbons, which are yellow, and then she has, like, her weekend ribbons, which are black.
すいません、遅くなっちゃって。お二人とも待ちました？
Sorry I'm late. Did you two wait long? You two people? Oh, it's got extra. The two of you? Which means Minamo-chan was planning to invite Yue to join us from the start. I thought it was just the two of us.
私も今来たところだから、ともちゃんも全然待ってないよ。
No, I just got here myself, so Tomo-chan didn't. So Tomo-chan was the one who was waiting. She said Tomo-chan wasn't waiting either, but he was, though. Hey, Yue. Don't just reply like that.
みなもちゃん、おにぎりちゃんと作れた？
Minamo-chan, did you make onigiri-chan?
おかか、野沢菜、たらこ、きゅうちゃん。
Yeah. Okay. Okaka, whatever that means. No zawana. Tarako. Kyo-chan.
なに？きゅうちゃんって。
What Q-chan? What is Q-chan?
きゅうちゃん。きゅうちゃんかわいいんだ。
Something to do with 9? Q-chan. You're cute? What? Google Translate says, Q-chan. Q-chan is so cute. Okay.
きゅうちゃん、きゅうちゃん。
Q-chan. It's so funny. I don't get it.
もうともちゃん、早くシートを敷いて。
Geez, Tomo-chan. Hurry up and put the seat down. What? Put your seat on.
ゆえちゃん、それおかしい。
Yue-chan, that's funny. What does it mean to put your shito on? Minamo-chan. Getting ganged. Yeah, even Minamo-chan's broken. Okay. What's going on?
もうともちゃん、コップ出して、コップ。
So we'll never know what Q-chan is. Jeez, Tomo-chan, give me a cup. A cup. Yeah, I get it, I get it. Let's see here. So that's the picnic scene.
Tomoya-san, 今日晴れてよかったですね。
Tomoya-san, aren't you glad it's sunny today? That's good.
あれ、どうしたんですか？なんだかいつになく無口ですよ。
Oh, what's wrong? You're unusually quiet. That's not true. That's not true.
みなもちゃん、ともちゃんはね、お腹が空いてるんだよ。
Just overwhelmed with too much silly and disappointed I don't get a one-on-one with Minamo. Minamo-chan, Tomo-chan is free. Yui says, Tomo-chan, you see we have some free time.
そっか。ごめんなさい、ともやさん。今から急いで出しますからね。
Oh, I see. So sorry, Tomo-san. I'm gonna hurry up, okay?
昔っからともちゃんってお腹がすくと無口になるんだよね。
Tomo-chan's always been quiet when pus is empty. Ever since I was little, Tomo-chan has become silent when he has an infection. Infection? Well, the kanji not correct. Okay, he's been silent when something.
なんか幼なじみって感じ。
Yeah. Feels like we're childhood friends.
え？
Eh?
いいな。私も幼なじみがよかったな。
How nice. I wish we were childhood friends too. Not at all. This is just noisy. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it.
うるさくないもん。
It's not noisy. Shut up. Urusai. Oh, okay. What's the difference between Irusai and Usewa? I'll never know.
うるさくないもん。
It's not noisy. Oh, you're noisy. You are, it is noisy.
うるさくないもん。
It's not noisy.
ごめんなさい。仲間に入れてもらいたくって。
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted my friends to let me join them.
もうみなもちゃんたら何言ってんの。
Jeez, Minamo-chan, what are you saying?
へへ。
Eh.
ともちゃん、その笑い方いやらしいよ。
Tomo-chan, that laugh is so... What? No, Tomo-chan, the way you laugh is disgusting. Eh?
いやらしいよ。
That's disgusting. Oh, you too, Minamo-chan. For some reason, the Minamo-chan with Yue smiles a little different from her usual self. It's nastier. She talks a lot. She jokes a lot. How should I put it? She has this side of her, I thought. Okay, I never knew that she had this side to her. And just then, Geho, which is, I guess, coughing. Yue's something got pasaka. That Yue had, it got stuck in my throat. Okay. Pasaka is the name given by Yue herself. Okay, that's going to make translating this really hard. As the name implies, it's called pasno pasta. It's exactly what it looks like. So I presume it's pasta. Pasa no pasta. Pasa. Yeah, pasa no pasta. It's exactly what it looks like.
はい、どうぞ。
Yes, go ahead. No, John thoroughly pours a drink into my cup. That's the difference between Yue. That's the difference between her and Yue. She's actually kind. Yue laughs and happily digs into that. Yue was munching on a rice ball called QQQQ. Chan with relish and slurping, or okay. I don't know. She's doing some sort of violent, noisy eating. There's a lot of onomatopoeia involved. Yes, thank you. Unable to wait any longer, I poured down the drink in one gulp. Pasta. God, something no naka. Was shoved into my stomach via the swallowing. It was an indescribable pleasure. When I look next to me, Yue and Minamo-chan are completely absorbed in chatting, forgetting to eat. I eat all the lunch in front of me, like this is my last chance. Except for the pasta. Apparently excluding that.
だからさ、有原成平はお姫様をおんぶして。
That's why Arihara Narihira carried the princess.
やだ、おんぶしてさらってったの？かっこ悪い。
Oh no, did you carry me and kidnap me? That's so lame.
違うの？もうわかんないの？ゆえちゃんたら。
That's not it. Don't you get it anymore? Yue-chan, you are so stupid.
わかんない。
I don't get it.
だからね、中世なの、中世。
I said it's a kiss. A kiss.
中世？
Kiss?
そう、中世。中世。
Okay. Kiss, kiss. Suddenly, like, Yue just kisses Minamo. Oh, I get it now. Minamo-chan's back to her usual self.
だから、バイクとか車とかない頃のことなんだから。
That's why it was when there... That's the way it was when there were no motorcycles or cars.
でもさ。
But...
でももみなももないの。
But there's no one here. Minamo-chan.
おんぶしてもらってね。野を越え、山越えして、誰も知らない遠くの国に連れてってもらうんだ。
I'll have you carry me across the fields, across the mountains, and take me to a faraway country that no one knows about.
うん。
Hmm.
いいと思うよ。ゆっくりゆっくり揺られて、くっついて。
I think it's fine. Slowly, gently, swaying, sticking together.
ふーん。私は、だったら、でっかいタコがいいな。
In that case, I think it's like a big kite.
タコ？
Taco? I presume that taco would mean taco. But apparently it means octopus.
そう。でっかいタコにね、乗せてもらってね。それで遠くまで、空の彼方まで飛んでいくんだ。
That's right, a huge kite. Let me ride it and it flies far into the sky.
タコは空飛ばないよ。
Taco don't fly.
え？飛ぶよ。
Huh? Oh. It flies. They're doing a pun on the octopus thing.
飛ばないよ。
It won't fly.
飛ぶんだって。
They were going to fly.
飛ばない。
It won't fly.
飛ぶ。
Yeah, fly.
飛ばない
No, don't fly.
飛ぶ
Fly.
飛ばない
No, fly.
飛ぶ
Fly.
飛ばない
Tomoya says, gets frustrated and says, there are flying kites and there are octopuses that don't fly. Eh?
え
Eh? I want you to let me join you. Just then the wind blew. A gust of wind snatched one of the dead leaves from the ginkgo tree and carried it far away to the surface of the sea. The dead leaves stayed on the water's surface for a while. Just before it sinks into the ground, sunlight shines on the dead leaves. Dead leaves glittering gold. No, that might be an illusion. Maybe it was just my imagination, but at least that's how it looked to me. By the time I blinked and decided to check again, the dead leaves had already sunk into the sea. In the depths of her eyes, there was only a faint trail of light, like a small tingling. Probably my eyes, not hers. I turned around to see Minamo-chan and Yue-chan staring at the dawn, the sun. My eyes had already borne fruit several times since early morning, and the sun was already high in the sky. I look at the clock. It's past 11 o'clock. I wish I could sleep a little longer. I was planning to do some big cleaning this morning, but I can't do it anymore. I'll do it next week. That's right. Come to think of it, I asked Yue to help me clean over the phone yesterday. Let's get up after all. I have to contact Yue and turn her down. I open the door and let air in. It's a beautiful day that makes me regret sleeping so slowly. I wish I had woken up earlier. Just as I'm thinking that,
ともちゃん手伝いに来たよ
Tomo-chan, I'm here to help. It's too late. I can't believe she came before I could call her. And she's in a really good mood. She's probably in a cleaning mode or something. I hurried out of the room and decided to tell Yue-san. Sorry, can we do the cleaning next week? I haven't touched anything yet.
そんな今日はゆえの中ではお掃除の日だったのに
Today was cleaning day for Yue-san. I'm grateful for the cleaning, but cleaning my house on a nice day like this.
もう物草なんだからひどいなせっかく来たのに普 人で全部やっちゃおうよ。
Jeez, you stink of things. You're so mean. We came all this way. Let's do it together. It's so stale. That's terrible. Okay. That's stinky. Let's start from 0, starting from 00? What? Oh, I see. We're starting from 0, you know. We're starting from 0.
寝ぼけてるな。
You're half asleep, aren't you? Yeah, I get it now. I guess there's no helping it. I guess I'll just have to touch it a little. I'll just have to try again. I guess I'll have to try something.
うん。落ち葉の増える季節だから、外回りだけでも掃除しようよ。
Yeah, it's the season for more delicious deciduous leaves. So let's at least clean the area around the outside. That's true. If we don't clean it properly, people on the street might think it's an abandoned house.
ほらほら、掃き掃除掃き掃除。
Come on, come on. Sweep, sweep. Now get a broom and a dustpan. As she says that, I turn towards the front door and suddenly notice something. There's a large brown envelope standing in the corner of the entranceway. Did I get a package or something? I pick it up, but there is no stamp or postmark. There was no sender's name either. It's just my name.
プレゼントなの？
Is it the present? Yue laughs, peering at me from the side. I don't know. Someone must have brought it here. Could it be you, Yue?
私なら直接渡すじゃない。
I don't know. Someone must have brought it here. Could it, well. If it were me, I'd give it to you directly. That's true.
開けてみようよ。気になるよ。
Let's open it. I'm curious. Oh, Toden, like, see you later. Later.
気になる気になる。
I'm curious, I'm curious. You don't have to open anything here, do you?
見られるとまずい？
Is it bad if I see? Well, if there's some mysterious white powder in there, maybe. It'd get on you. It's not bad, but... After mulling it over for a while... Daro. It's fine. And with that, I opened the seal. Oh, this is... a portrait of a parfait, right? A framed portrait of me.
ともちゃんじゃないのこの絵。
Is this a picture of Tomo-chan? Yeah, it's my painting. But it feels like I've seen this painting before. Oh, it's Minamo-chan's. The sun turned event suddenly made my heart beat faster. It's the same with the painting, but the fact that Minamo-chan's here makes my heart skip a beat. Minamo-chan was here, basically, made my heart skip a beat.
これみなもちゃんだね。多分そうじゃないかって思ったんだ。ともちゃんゆえに隠そうってしてたでしょ。
This is Minamo-chan, isn't it? I thought that might be the case. Tomo-chan was trying to hide it from Yue-san, wasn't he? No, it's not like that.
恥ずかしがらなくたっていいのに。
You don't have to be embarrassed. The self in the painting. My face is looking straight at me. It's much more second manifestation of me.
本物よりかっこいいね。そういう部分だけ抜き出して描いたみたいだね。
It's like another instance of the Tomo-chan. It's cooler than the real thing. It looks like that's the only part that was drawn out of it. Looks even cooler than the real thing. It's like they drew just that part. Isn't that a little rude? Hearing someone else say that makes me sick to my stomach. All the more so if Yue was the one saying it.
だってそうだもん。
I mean, it's true. Well, Yue is right. I felt like something was off because of that part of her. Okay, now we gotta save the game. Okay, so we have Ochibami Hei Iko, and they have Ochibami the day of, and they have Portrait from Memories. Okay, and then... Oh! it rewinds back there. Like you get to reprise that scene, I guess. Huh, okay. So I guess you could do that theoretically earlier. But it's like backtracking to it in order to get her route finished. That's interesting. Okay. Well, that's it for now.